Welcome to TYT Sports. I'm wearing a tie. I fucking hate ties, but I have a reason. Before we get to Francis Maxwell Messi and the Sevilla versus Barcelona Super Cup, I have a tweet. I was challenged via Twitter to wear ties on TYT Sports. I think I have the graphic for the director to throw up for us. It is underscore tie tweet. Let's have a look. My buddy Jerry, good friend of mine, I'll donate $10 to a charity of your choice if you wear one as a tie for a week on camera. What was I supposed to say? No, I'm not going to do that. So yes, he donated to Make-A-Wish. I'll throw the screenshot up there afterwards. $10 to Make-A-Wish. That was a charity of my choice because the tie is for the kids.
Nice.
Now to the stuff that matters. Francis, Messi did Messi things. Are we supposed to be surprised? Of course not. But he almost had a hat trick free kick. Or free kick hat trick, if I'm doing that correctly. But 2 free kick goals and a ridiculous conclusion to the UEFA Super Cup. Walk us through it. What do you see? What do you like? What does it mean between Barcelona and Sevilla?
Well, what I seen was Barcelona. What I liked was the game. It just emphasized how excited I am for Barcelona to come back and play competitively again in La Liga play and in the Super Cup. It was just an extremely entertaining game. You know, Messi doing what Messi does. He's obviously been practicing his free kicks, something that he tries to master, and at times he is fantastic at them. And obviously you can tell that when it comes to Messi, he's always trying to adapt different parts of his game and become better and better. And you almost think, how can a guy like that become better? 2 free kicks in the one game, almost adding a third, you know what I mean? It was just a fantastic spectacle to behold. And again, it gets me excited to see Barcelona play because when you see Suarez assisting, you see Messi in the score sheet, you see such a tight affair against a good Sevilla team. It kind of remind you that that La Liga has got other competitive teams in it. We all know Real Madrid, Barcelona are the 2 go-to teams. Atletico Madrid going to challenge, but Sevilla, I was so impressed with them last year in the Europa League. They were worthy winners, and again, putting up a good fight against this Barcelona team. And sometimes the Super Cup's just looked at as something like a friendly game, but it does have some fantastic players on show, and overall, for me, it was entertaining. What did you think?
Based off the, I believe, 900,000 tweets that were circulating yesterday during the Super Cup, anytime Messi scores a free kick, anytime Messi scores a goal, anytime Messi's on display, not just him, Suarez assisted on a beautiful goal, which I believe was the 4th to make it 4-1, and then a ridiculous comeback. Sevilla was not a team to be ruled out, and like you said, some people might take this as a friendly game, but it did have some weight to the La Liga fan base at least. Because as I was watching the game, I mean, there's a combined 9 goals scored. I don't know what else you can ask for, where a lot of people are saying, even in the Premier League off the bat, oh, there's a lot of 1-0 draw, or 1-1 draws, or 1-0 games. But then you have stuff like this that truly is really fun to watch, really entertaining. I thought it was a great game. I was surprised that Barcelona gave up so many goals. Do you think
absolutely.
Do you think
that's something that Luis Enrique, I'm sure, he's a manager that won't take friendly games or games that aren't as competitive in terms of La Liga play or Champions League games lightly. He'll look at this and he'll think to himself, okay, there's an issue right there. Sevilla are a good and worthy opponent, but conceding 4 goals after being 4-1 up, that should have been shut up short for Barcelona. They should have went away with a comfortable 5-1 win, sending a message to the rest of La Liga, especially Real Madrid. We're here for business this year. We were fantastic last year, but you better watch out for us next year because we've gelled further, we look stronger, because Barcelona are a team that didn't really need to add anyone. They didn't lose anyone in particular for them to worry. They just look stronger. Of course, Xavi moving on is something that's going to hurt them in terms of a novelty perspective, but just looking at their team, they're only going to get better. The guys, yes, some players that are aging a little bit, but they still look like a well-molded team. And to concede that amount of goals after being 4-1 up is a little worrying. But of course, that leads on to the next point. They have super subs there, but are they going to keep hold of those super subs?
Well, exactly. So there's 2 storylines from this, and as you just transitioned into one of them, which was Pedro coming off the bench in the 115th minute in stoppage time, or extra time, I should say, to score a goal off a rebound, which was a hell of a goal, hell of a strike to the top of the goal box post. Soccer ball, whatever.
I missed that. It was actually refreshing to watch it with normal commentators, and it was like, and Pedro, oh, a fantastic strike, and Barcelona take the lead instead of Pedro from the top of the 9 into the upper 12. Oh my God, frozen rope, unbelievable strike.
It looked like a rocket was about to launch off. I actually thought the ball was going to go through the top of the net. He hit it on such a weird angle, and then for a second I also thought, oh, he missed it.
Well, that's the thing about Pedro, is that this is going to lead into the point that we're talking about. He has already claimed, or said to have claimed, that he wants to leave Barcelona. And there's many neutral fans that be like, "Ah, come on, man, you just come on and scored for Barcelona." Those neutral fans probably being from the south by my accent there. The fact is that he's coming off the bench. This is not what Pedro wants. He's been coming off the bench for Barcelona for many years. And yes, he has had spells where he's been in the starting lineup for a good amount of games. But when you get Suarez at the peak of his game, you get Neymar and you get Messi combining the way they do, you're always going to be second string. You might have the ability, if you're happy of coming off the bench. Some of the best players in my generation have been happy with doing that. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for Manchester United was known as a super sub. He scored the most important goal, I would say, in Manchester United's last 20 years to win that memorable Champions League game against Bayern Munich. And he was happy to be a super sub. Pedro, I just don't think is. He classes himself as a world-class player. So he wants to go somewhere where he's going to be used week in, week out. And I think that Manchester United could really utilise someone like Pedro. But it would be interesting to see if he would fit into that Premier League style.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of rumors of going to Manchester United, and then even weirder was the Barcelona ex-boss who came out and said, you can't go to Manchester United because Louis van Gaal is cursing the team. Voodoo witch doctory, as I was reading into the Daily Mail and the Metro sources. But and the last thing I have for this regarding the Super Cup was because of Messi's, and again, as the headlines published, his meltdown, where he grabbed the neck of Mbiwa. Should Messi have been playing in this game? Should have he been suspended if he did get a red card, or is there different suspension rules regarding the red cards in friendly games opposed to league games, opposed to Champions League games?
Yeah. So I'm not fully aware of what the rules are when it comes to direct suspensions. I think if it's 2 yellows, I think it's not carried over into competitive play. However, I think in that instance, if he was suspended for violent conduct, which it was, and technically if the referee did see it and that was in front of his vision, that should have been a red card for violent conduct, not just for grabbing a player's throat and pushing his face away. No matter if you're a Messi fan, which I am, that's still in the rule book, violent conduct. I think he would have been suspended for the next competitive game, because it's not just two fouls, maybe 2 yellows, and you don't want to affect competitive play, but if it's actual violent conduct, I think that there might be a rule where that carries over and he might not have been able to play this game. And many people have been like, "Oh, this is Messi's reputation following him. He's not been sent off in his past, so he get let off." And I take 2 arguments to that. Reputations do follow players. You look at Luis Suarez in the Premier League when he was in amongst many controversies, and he was classed as diving as well or whatever. That followed him, and many referees didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. And I think that's fair, because if you're going to try and con the referee like maybe an Arjen Robben would try and do more so than anyone else, referees are going to keep a closer eye on him. So you can't really blame a referee for not noticing that Messi did that off the ball, because you don't expect it. It's Messi. He's got one of the most exemplary disciplinary records of any player. So if the referee kind of looks away when he expects a little scuffle, it's because he's expecting Messi to just kind of brush it off. In this example, obviously he acted out of character. So, I mean, if it was seen by the referee, he has to act based on what he's seen, and he should have been suspended. But I can't really say that I was surprised that there wasn't. I wasn't surprised that there was a big deal made of it, because anyone likes to kind of, it was probably Ronaldo fanboys bringing down Messi, and then Messi fanboys trying to respond. But if the referee's seen it, yes, should have been in suspension, might not have been able to play that game. If he didn't, and he kind of let it go because he expected Messi to act professionally, I can't hold that against the referee either.
So, your answer?
So, I mean, if you want to just look at that back, what I said was, it was a good point. The reason why you never paid attention, Jason, is because I didn't say, this is a good point. I mean, I need to be face-to-face where I look at you and give you that look.
This is a great point.
Jason,
why male models?
That's a good point.
So, yes, there we go. Regarding Messi's exemplary record, though, we'll throw up a little graphic for you of how he's never been yellow carded twice in a game. He's never gotten a red card, at least in his Barcelona. No U19, no U17, not U12.
Oh, the one time he was U13 and he put his shoes on the wrong feet and he hit a guy with the shoe and he didn't wear shin guards and he got red carded. That's me speaking from the obsessive Ronaldo fanboy who's just looked through the history and proved you wrong, Jason.
Whoa. Calm down. This is about Messi, not about Ronaldo. But you know what is strangling my neck right now? The tie I'm wearing.
I know, I'm so impressed. It's almost as if me and you have just switched places, because I'm wearing a retro shirt, which you would probably wear. It would be like the Mets shirt, and I'd just be like, oh, Jesus, do they still sell them? And then, but I'm wearing a Celtic one, you know what I mean? And you're wearing a shirt and tie. But of course, You're wearing it for charity, and I give you props for that. Well done. I mean, you look good. You look kind of either you're going to court or you're going to do my finances.
I was going to say in another light, this is Jason Rubin, CPA, accountant extraordinaire. So that's Messi. That's the Super Cup. That's Barcelona's 5-4 win. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Take a follow for @Francis_Maxwell, @JasonRubin91, and @TYT Sports. Don't forget to subscribe.